Ooh, what is going on, everybody? We are back at your boy Simo, and today, continuing on with our Kanto Apocalypse Pokemon team. In the first video in part 1, which will be linked down below, we did the first 3 Pokemon, and in this part, we're going to do the next 3 Pokemon. So let's get straight into our 4th party member. Kicking off the rest of the team with our 4th pick being Algozam. I think it's a great Pokemon. Very, very, very intelligent. The reason I've chosen this Pokemon is because it has an IQ over 5,000, which is insane. Like, Albert Einstein was 160. 5,000 is incomprehendibly smart. Like, it's insane. Also, because of this, having the IQ of over 5,000, it has access to all psychic abilities. Everything that you can think of, it has access to all of them. Telepathy, telekinesis, mind control, hypnosis, everything that you can think of that relates to psychic powers, Algozam can do it. Teleportation is even included in that, which is nuts. So just a great Pokemon to have, and let's go through why. Even more than what we just said. One aspect that's really good, obviously I said in the last video that information is vital. So having a Pokemon that can communicate between Pokemon and humans to Pokemon is really, really handy. Because its IQ is so high, it can actually translate English to Pokemon and Pokemon to English. So it helps me speak to my whole team and my whole team speak to me. Communication is a blessing. If I'm scouting out, like I said last time with Dragonite, and I know Dragonite can understand my speech, but I don't speak Dragonite, how am I supposed to know what he means? Algozam, translate for me. Yep, perfect. Tells me exactly what Dragonite's thinking or saying, and it just makes team composition work 1,000 times more if you can understand each other. So that's a big win having Algozam there. And even better, that communication can be silent because he has telepathy. He can do a telepathic link with all of my team, and then we can all understand each other with auto-translate in the mind, where we can all communicate freely with no noise. So if we're trying to sneak around, hiding from zombies, hiding from people, trying to get from A to B without being seen, spotted, or heard, Algozam can have instant, silent communication between all people and Pokemon. Fantastic ability. Feel like he's almost a must-have on your team. I feel like I said last time, I think fire is a must. You need to have some source of heat of cooking. I feel like fire and one type of transport, if it's sea, fly, or running, and then Psychic. I feel like Psychic is a must just for that reason, because it's so handy to have that communication. Like I said before, Abra is the Pokemon that only learns one move, like Magikarp and a few others, and that move is Teleport. Teleport is fantastic. What's wrong with a Teleport? Obviously, in the game, it means you have a minus priority, but I don't think that applies because there's no battle stance. It might, if fighting another trainer, it might, but I'm not going to use it in that situation because, like, it's only to get from A to B or to an escape. If I see a zombie horde or something, we don't want to fight it, or if it's a big area, or we see lots of people that are like some Pokemon gang that we don't want to mess with, teleport out of there, escape. Obviously, we can fly or run away on Arcanine, like I said, but having that teleportation is instant, it's silent, no one will know. And also, Algozam isn't that big. A big Dragonite is going to cause a lot of attention. Same with Venusaur. Arcanine's over 6 foot, causes a lot of attention. Algozam, I think, is 4'11". I think he's pretty short, but obviously he can float as well and fly, which is fantastic. But he's not that big, so it's a lot smaller of a target, and it's instant and it's silent, which is great. Telekinesis is a fantastic ability. Telepathy, telekinesis, and teleportation, 3 great abilities. But telekinesis is good because, like Venusaur can do with his Vine Whips and set up infrastructure, telekinesis can do just that. If we're going to move a big boulder blocking our path, bang, it's gone. Gotta lift this from A to B, we're setting up a hut, bang, 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 bang. Easy fix. Telekinesis is just really handy. Big heavy lifting. Say Dragonite's been on a big fly, he's tired, he doesn't have the muscles to lift anything. Use your mind, lift him up. Also, with the telekinesis, Algozam can obviously make himself float and fly. He can also do that to other Pokemon. So an Arcanine who can only go on foot, we got to get over a big ravine or something that we can't get through. Algozam can just mind Psychic them over the river, over the ravine. It's perfect. Easy travel if Dragonite is spent and can't fly. So having that second option to fly for short time with mental powers is just a real handy asset that helps out the rest of the team, which is what you want. You don't want your Pokemon to be too tired they can't do anything. You got to think about the workload that your Pokemon have, because this is, obviously it's all hypotheticals and it's not real, but you got to think about it realistically. You got to think of the logistics and how your Pokemon would act, what they can do, their workload, their tiredness. You can't have Dragonite fly around the earth 3 times and then, yeah, go fight this person. Got to cut your Pokemon some slack, give them a break. There's no potions or healing items, there's only food and rest. And that's a big one, so when you're Dragonite or Arcanine are resting, you've still got another kind of travel with Alakazam. Sorry. Another great reason for telekinesis, not just for moving things and getting travel, just stopping zombies. It's still a zombie apocalypse, like, at all times. Someone's coming at me or someone's coming at the Pokemon, Alakazam, freeze it in its place, stop it from biting something, push it back, fly it away, use Psychic, get it out. We don't want to get bitten, that's the whole point of surviving. You don't want to get poisoned or bit. So Alakazam, having the 5,000 IQ, could also come up with great strategies and can communicate them with all parties, and then also stop if something's going wrong, because he can react. He's got great senses, telekinesis, telepathy, and teleportation. So can be very handy in a tight scenario as well, like in a struggling scenario where it could be the end. Alakazam's a great Pokemon to have there to make sure that it doesn't end there. Didn't really want to bring this up, but like I said, it is an apocalypse. You got to think realistically, even though it's a hypothetical. But there's probably going to be some people, if you've seen any zombie TV show or movie, there's always some people that are only in it for themselves. And for that reason, having some kind of mind control with Alakazam could be life-saving. You don't want to have to use it, but if you do, it is there. If you need to do something to stop someone from doing something bad, or you want to be bad, I don't care, I don't judge. You do you, you want to mind control people to steal stuff, or take their food, take their Pokemon, do whatever. You do you. I'm not going to judge your zombie apocalypse way of life. It's an apocalypse, but just having that just as a safe keep, if something does go south, I feel like it's just good knowing that in the back of your mind, you've got Alakazam there to stop contingency, have a contingency if you need it. My 4 moves for Alakazam would obviously be Psychic, great for moving everything and moving themselves and everything else. Hypnosis is great because it, 1, puts people to sleep and or mind controls them. So like I said, it's good to just have that in the back of your mind. Or sneaking up, we're trying to get past someone. We don't want to hurt them or engage. We just put them to sleep and keep walking. Teleport is another good one because like I said, get in and out silently. You won't even hear us. It'll be sneaky. So very stealthy is the Psychic types because they don't talk with their mouths. They use their minds. And the last move would actually be Recover. From what I've just said, Alakazam is doing a lot of the work on the ground level. He's doing a lot of work that's not traveling or mechanical like Venusaur. Alakazam is putting in a lot of work in this apocalypse scenario. So he needs to heal. Having a healing move is just better than waiting to heal. And like I said, with Arcanine, if he goes on a big run, he gets into a fight, you want to be able to use Morning Sun to heal up before you engage. Same with Alakazam, he's just lifted us across the ravine. He's just had a massive strategy build up and communicated for 6 hours straight with mind powers. And then he's got to go and fight someone else. He needs to recover a little bit. So give this man a healing move so he can make sure that he's well rested and earns his spot on this team. Our next Pokemon is probably one that a lot of people won't pick just because he's the mascot of Pokemon. But I think Pikachu is actually a really smart pick for the Kanto region. 1, it can give electricity at all times. Venusaur, obviously I said, can absorb sun energy and then use it for power and electrical energy. But if it's nighttime, there's no sun, and you can't use Sunny Day at night. Sunny Day only works in the day when it's bad weather to make the sun. Sunny Day does not work at night. I'm assuming. In the game, it probably does, but logistically, you cannot pull the sun out of nowhere. So there's no sun there. So having electricity at night when it probably is more needed is very good. Obviously, Venusaur can store the energy and then use it later. But if it was a terrible day, or whatever reason that you don't have it, having that electric battery at night is very, very handy just for little things as well. Speaking of little things, Pikachu is a small Pokemon. Very, very small. Sits on your shoulder, fits on a shirt. It's very small, but that can be very handy. So far, we've got a giant dinosaur, we've got a giant dragon, we've got a tall, very tall tiger, and a floating mustache psychic dude. We haven't got any small bodies, so if we need to get into somewhere tight or a small area or need to be stealthy, obviously Alakazam can be stealthy, but he's still big. He can't shrink himself. So having a small Pokemon that can sneak in and out, do certain things that involve having a small build, Pikachu I think is a perfect pick. That's why I haven't chosen Raichu over Pikachu, just because Pikachu is a lot smaller. Can fit, can climb trees very well too, catch up, get berries, bring down, can sneak in things, steal things if need be, or tight areas that there's like lost goods. Pikachu can get in and get out very easily because he is so small. Get into locked scenarios, get through a vent or whatnot. I don't fit through a vent anymore. I'm pretty sure none of the other Pokemon fit through a vent. So having a small body, I think, is a necessity on any team. So I feel like having that and then also being the electric battery is very handy. Also being a smaller target, Pikachu is less likely to get bit. The whole point of the surviving is to not get bit by the zombies. Big bodies are more likely to get bit. They're a bigger target area. Obviously, if you can fly or float or whatnot, you're less likely to get hit because you're out of their range. But for ground targets like Arcanine and Pikachu and stuff, and I guess sometimes Alakazam, the smaller you are, the less likely you are to get bit. Pikachu's very fast. You got 90 base speed, can learn quick attack and things. Very, very handy. I might actually put quick attack on. That's a good move. I probably should have that. But it's great to be small. Less likely to get bit by zombies. Can attack from afar. Obviously, great ranged attacker. So it's just a nice little win being small. The big win is for Pikachu mostly is to help out Venusaur, to not give him a bit of a break if he's been working hard all day, doing this or Vine Whipping. It's probably too exhausted to like get sun going and whatnot. So having Pikachu as the battery is also good. And then, like I said, getting into small areas and being that battery that no one else can get into tight spaces just is a little beneficial. And I think having a small electric type is very, very, not a must, no, definitely not like a fire type, I think, but definitely just a pick that I thought would be quite useful. The 4 moves I've chosen, I've now chosen quick attack as well, so I think quick attack would be very handy, obviously getting stuff done very fast and sneakily, being quite small. Stealth is a big thing, especially when zombies probably go mostly off sound and then probably sometimes vision if they've still got vision, but a lot of it's sound. So if you can get stuff done quickly and quietly, that's a win-win. Obviously, Thunderbolt is the staple. Got to have some kind of range attack that's strong that could also be very useful, like the battery or the charging things. I think Electro Web will be very, very handy because it can block off areas. It's an electric barrier. It's like putting up an electric fence for free in an area that you can choose wherever you want. You got a tunnel you're going through, you got a tight area, put an electric web on the wall. They can't get through. It's an electric web. No one's breaking through the electric web. Eventually, it'll wear off, but I don't know how long they last or if it's indefinite until Pikachu says no. But whatever it is, having an electric fence anywhere I want is very, very useful for trainers, for zombies, for other Pokemon, for zombie Pokemon. It is a great asset to have. The last move is actually a strange one, but it's like I said, once again, for the small, getting in the small areas and being very stealthy and stealing things if need be. I've actually given Pikachu Dig. Pikachu can learn Dig, it's a ground move, and I feel like it can be very handy for that area. Getting in and under certain things, if there's a wall or whatnot, we can't get through it, we don't want to make noise. Stealth underneath, and then out on the other side. Perfect little sneaky gadget that Pikachu will be. He will definitely be the stealth Pokemon. The last Pokemon for this team is the Transport Pokemon. It's actually in the Pokédex, and that is Lapras, for those of you who didn't know. He's a great Pokemon, water ice type, known for traveling people across oceans and seas. Transport Pokemon for a reason. So having that big shell on its back and traveling across the water, obviously like we said before, Dragonite can use surf and travel across the seas. It's known for that. But giving Dragonite a break from flying and surfing, give Lapras a go at the wheel. And Lapras has got bigger room on its back. Obviously Dragonite can carry a lot in its arms, which is known to do. But Lapras has got quite a big shell, so it can fit storage on it. So we've got a little bit of a hut going. We've got to move from some weather or some people or zombies have overridden the area. We need to surf out. We can use Lapras to hold stuff on its back as we travel, so we don't lose any of our goods that we've collected so far. You gotta think about your resources. You can't just hold it in a backpack because, 1, where do you have a backpack? And 2, it's not gonna fit in your backpack. So you need some kind of storage. Obviously, we said food can fit in Arcanine's mane. Dragonite can obviously carry quite a lot. Venusaur's got quite a big leaf on its back, the flower that it can hold probably. But Lapras is known for carrying storage and traveling Pokemon and people, so that is what I would use it for mostly. Lapras can understand human speech as well, which is fantastic. Possible telepathy, it hasn't been confirmed, but it can maybe have telepathy. Can definitely communicate with other Lapras from far away. Doesn't have to be close, can be Lapras across the sea. Probably not the ocean, it's pretty big. But across the sea, Lapras can communicate with other Lapras. So if we've got a big travel going and we need more help, Lapras can probably call other Laprases that weren't bitten by zombies, of course, to help out and travel. And Lapras is a nice Pokemon, so it's probably more inclined to help travel as well, just because it's generally a nicer Pokemon. Also, Lapras being a water type is just a fresh water source. Obviously, the ocean and seas, you got salt water in the ocean, probably got fresh water in a lake or something, but you don't know if it's got bacteria in it. Could be zombie-infested water, and you don't want to have to boil everything. You don't have to boil all your water. Obviously, you can. You're more than welcome to boil your contaminated water to decontaminate, sterilize it, and drink it later, but it's probably just easier to have Lapras make some water. Rain dance or just hydro pump, scald, water gun, whatever it is, make some water and you got fresh water there. I'm assuming Pokemon spit out fresh water. I don't actually know, but either way, I'd rather drink that than salt water or bacteria, zombie infested water every day of the week. The 4 moves I would have on Lapras, obviously Surf is a big staple because that's the whole point. Obviously, you don't need Fly on Dragonite for him to fly. You don't need Surf for Lapras to surf, but we are traveling across the water and we engage in some water Dragonite or Kingdra or some trainer in the sea, being in the ocean and then using surf is just a great advantage. So it's just a good move to have on top of already surfing. We've got Life Dew. Life Dew is a healing move that heals you and your teammates. So, obviously Arcanine and Algozam both have a healing move individually, but Venusaur, Pikachu, and Dragonite do not, and they're probably going to be some of the big people that do a lot of work. So having Life Dew to heal Lapras itself and then the rest of the team is just a really, really good move. The last two moves are actually very utility based as well. Lapras is definitely the utility slot of the team. We've actually got Mist because I want stealth travel. We don't want to be seen. We don't want to be heard. Like I said, stealth is a big, big key factor in a zombie apocalypse from other zombies, for other Pokemon, zombie Pokemon that are in the water or whatnot. Mist just sets up a big mist. We can travel without being detected across the lake, ocean, sea, whatever it is. Just stealth travel across the water. The last move is Sing. Very similar to Hypnosis. Can put people to sleep. That's pretty much it. Puts people to sleep. Puts other Pokemon to sleep. Puts people to sleep. Can just be handy. Can also be used to sing to other Lapras for communication. So I feel like that's just a good last utility move. We've already got Surf. We've got Mist and Life Dew. So we don't really need much else. Mostly just a filler spot. But I feel like it's still a good filler to have. Well, that concludes the rest of the Kanto Apocalypse team. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Would greatly appreciate it. Lets me know that you want to see more of this series and bring out the next generations. Comment down below your other 3 Pokemon from the Kanto region that you have in your team. In the first video, ask for your first 3. In this one, vote for the next 3. What would your 3 Pokemon be? And as always, take it easy.